Ndị Anambra ekene m unu. Ndị Anambra efifi ọmanụ. Unu mara asị na ụka akpala akpa na isi ka eji ekwu ya. Unu lota na gọvanọ anyị bụ Prọfesọ Chukwuma Soludo CFR. O kwelu nkwa si na ọlụ ọbịa gwa ndị Anambra bụ ndị weli ya n'ọlụ etu ya si wee lụtadebe. Ọfa ncha ka anyị na-akpọ good governance, keeping to promises. Maka good governance bụ ikwe nkwa, ime nkwa, ikwelu. Stewardship, accountability. Onya ka anyị bịara tata. Ka gọvanọ na ndị Anambra kpalikọta ụka ka ọ bụ na ọlụ ahụ unu nyere ya etu ya si wee lụtadebe. Na-asị unu biko nu nwere na anyị ndidi ka unu gee etu anyị si wee lụtadebe, etu gọvanọ si wee lụtadebe. Ị na-anya efu na maka na gọvanọ gwara anyị mgbe ebidoro nkata ọbịa ọ bụrụ sọsọ ndị ABS jupụtara ebe a. Ọ sị mba na anyị emetere ya na-eje si jee kpọrọ ndị sigasị na steshọn ọzọ ka o wee doo anya na ife a na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ kpọ wee na-eje n'anya. Ya mere tata ndị mụ na fa ga-arụ ọrụ taa gbaa gọvanọ ajụjụ n'aka ekpe m bụ Monique Okechukwu na-alụ ọrụ na Kpakpando FM. Monique kene ndị Anambra.
Ndị Anambra ekenekwa m unu.
Onye nke ọzọ bụ Tony Edochie bụ onye isi ndị Ogene FM. Kenela ndị Anambra.
And the Anambra State, the immediate past general manager.
Okay.
And a member of the ABS too.
Okay.
Good.
And then, onye nke ọzọ wee bụrụ onye na-arụ na News Agency of Nigeria. Na ndị mma maka nta akụkọ niile na Nigeria. Afia bụ Joy Mbatu. Biko nabata ya ekele ndị Anambra Joy.
Ndị Anambra na-alụ n'ọlụnụ ka unu gaa anyị ntị n'onu ọfụma.
Anyị ga-ebido nkata anụnwa, anyị ga na-asụ ngili Igbo maka gọvanọ si na ọ dị anya asụtụ oyibo. Ịma na prọfesọ ka ọ bụ. Ọ baa n'oyibo, ọ baa n'inu, ọ tụọ n'inu. So onye ọbụla mgbe oge ga-elu anyị ga-eme igwe okwu. Ife ọbụla ị chọrọ ịjụọ maka na gọvanọ bụ onye nwa bụ mahadum. Onye ọbụla ịjụrụ ya ọza. Maka mụ wee ka m bidie. Gọvanọ, anya na Anambra inwe the news is mmadụ nchapụ n'ọnụ kịta bụ Anambra Investment Summit nke a ga-eme on Thursday 7th September. Ndị mmadụ ajụbago kedu summit a kedu ife ọ bụ maka ya, what is it about? Kedu benefit ọ ga-enye ndị Anambra, kedu uru ndị Anambra ga-enweta na ya, kedu ndị na-abịa Anambra ife, and then onwe ife ndị mmadụ ya na-asị ease of doing business. Mr. Summit a ga-akpa ife gbasara ease of doing business na Anambra. Prof.
Ndewo, ndị Anambra ekenekwa m n'ọzọ. Dịka anyị kwere na nkwa every 3 months, every quarter, na anyị ga-abịa, anyị anọtụọ n'ụdị a, onye ọbụla ajụ ajụjụ. Anyị megokwa ụfọdụ oge dị iche iche anyị na-agwasị ndị Anambra okwu oge ọbụla. Mana nke a bụ nke a na-eme na ABS. O nwere oge gara aga, about a month gara aga, anyị nwere ya na Twitter space. Anọ m na Twitter. Ndị ọbụla na-hook on from all over the world. I think 8,000 something persons hooked on that day. I kwuo okwu ndị jụrụ ajụjụ and so on. But now this is all part of it. So ekene m unu. Nke ajụjụ izi jụrụ Chido about the Anambra Investment Summit. Anambra Investment Summit na-abịa on Thursday. Abalị ịtọ tata. Ọbụla Anambra Investment Summit. Nke a ga-abụ the first ever investment summit Anambra na-enwe. A na-akpọ an investment summit. A na-akpọta investors. Ndị ga-etinye ife naanị na Anambra. Onye chọrọ ịlụ factory, onye chọrọ ịlụ ebe a na-eme shoe, onye chọrọ ịlụ housing estate, onye chọrọ ịlụ power plant, onye chọrọ ịlụ infrastructure, ma ọ chọrọ ịlụ rail, ma ọ chọrọ ịlụ anything. Bọsị ya ka ọ na-eme. Anyị na-akpọkọnọta onye ọna ka anyị kọwalụ ụwa Now Anambra is ready for investment. Now Anambra got the next axis for sustainable prosperity. Onya be fine at Polon Mado. And Omabo Investment Summit, like the other ones, Aneji Swoibo, Ubosia, this will I know if guys and I will close deals. I got signed concrete agreements. Ane Kweku, Ane Meme. I got funding na biano. And Ane Messia that day, each year, I got my Geomonia. Gam groundbreaking. Ebende na abelo ebage me kwa moto na Anambra. 2 weeks or even na abia na aga ma ejeba na emepe eba na alo eba na meter electricity metering company and so on. And when a series of companies I line to go up on either to go for their groundbreaking or this, and on that day I got signed various agreements and then I be to invest. Dozens of companies are lining up to invest in Anambra. Now, to your other second question about ease of doing business. Ease of doing business, na on our touch on, kede to us where them fair, ebia no bodo, ime investment, okay, ebia tinya kono obama, iwale ego ebia tikitiya no bodo, kede tu igesi weputakwe ige mwekuru diano, and so on. Kedu ife gọọmenti na-eme ka ọ dịla onye na-abịa itinye ego ya ebe a ka ọ dị mfe imienu. Achọrọ m ịkọwa na the federal government na-eme survey every year, and nke ikpeazụ fa publish otebere aka publish the result. Ego say na out of the 36 states, the top 6, the first 6, ndị gbara first, second, third to sixth, na out of the 36 states, bose n'ugwu kafade, northern Nigeria kafade. Anambra number 7. Mana it is important ikwu na out of the 17 states in southern Nigeria, na Anambra number 1. Anambra number 1 in terms of ease of doing business. Today, onye na-achọ transfer the title I got a land, chọwa CEO of O, it used to take months and years to do. Now I now computerize our land registry. You can now get that in a few days. You get your title transferred and get your CFO done. Our security situation has gone down from extreme to where we are today. People are moving around even today, every Monday. About Kalokana Lodge that, pastors who see necessarily from all over the state. And Anambra is calm. In Nanya, about the other bits, about even the ease with which you get land, a big business. We are now very intentional about it. I now acquire land, our land bank. So, Ibia Obo Nijiraka Ijegotane from Ndimwenu. Ibia put the government, big the investment, and so on and so forth. The activities I line up, we make sure now one-stop shop. Anambra State Investment Promotion and Protection Agency. Nkaine change Zikita to enlarge it to become the Anambra Development and Investment Corporation. Will give you everything you need. One-stop shop, and you get going. And more as the chief servant in the state, I've also said that I'm going to be the chief marketing officer for anything and everything produced in Anambra. Once in produced in Anambra, I will be your chief marketing officer. And we're already doing that. That's why I would drive in Austin. Well, shoe, in Jeno Bunike, Golu shoe. Ibadana, Bagolo, Nabia State, Gotakwa. But we want to get even textile companies in Anambra. And this will be the place to be. Thank you very much. And so, but it's not just come one, come all. The world will be in Anambra on Thursday. The international community will be there, from World Bank to United Nations to captains of industry to financial institutions and so on and so forth. They will be there, like I said. I'll just say, if I na be that there, Anambra is not just going to be one large construction site in terms of infrastructure development. It's also going to become one large construction site in terms of building investment constructions going on around the state.
Anambra is ready for business.
That's it.
Come Thursday, 7th September, the whole world, in fact, would be coming to Anambra. The rainmakers, basically. Okay, Monique, do you have anything to add?
Mr. Governor, sir.
Thank you.
Fuel subsidy. So fuel subsidy palliative. Governor, sir. When we made an announcement, when if government, palliative government in our Anambra. So I can say, kedu mgbe ha na-atụ anya mgbe ọ ga-abata ha aka.
Oh no, thank you very much. As they can yes. Imana ewepulu subsidy na petrol, or where they can even there's obago prices even the chiche mankeni and so on. Even fear where they nobody. And federal government announced to go if ever get mega and so on. Federal government also indicated nafaganyem states a loan. Let me be clear, a loan of 5 billion. Nafaganya each state a loan of 5 billion. From our federal government, which got 52% of the loan, and the states will pay back 48%. So far, they have given us 2 billion. But we have announced a total package of palliatives, currently 20 billion already. We're buying the rice. And I understand I got the message this morning. Imanake announced Rania say each state go rice given them mad. Price of rice, mandena mezi rice. Onyo wana forces anam odaubo. So eba on a queue. We've just been assured that by the end of this month, that the rice got them ready. Get put here by the end of the month. However, I must say now. Kai na-anya ife anyị ga-eme ka anyị benata mfịa ife arụ ife isi ike n'ebe ndị be anyị nọ. Anyị nele anya ife niile bi na Anambra wee fụ na ife nyawu petrol o metụtara onye ọbụla ma the vulcanizer ma the hawker ma onye na-ele afịa mkpụrụ osisi nwaanyị kpọbara afịa tebụl nwaanyị bụ ife n'isi wee na-ele and so on o metụtara onye ọbụla ọ bụrụ sọ ndị ọrụ oyibo. And one day we're all so I design la on palliative to face a poesia kita no if I make when you're not for to your manonaro. I melia at least goes or toton de mado or bron on your bona kogabo mana at least goes or toto. And so I categorize the layer no dedi chicha in my party in nonia. Party Potalaya about the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. And I am APGA. APGA bo onyaga na 1 year. All party in the Obenye and the common man. Party in Nelu Obodanya Funa Onwaronya Rapolo behind, leaving no one behind. And so our palliative, the very comprehensive. Well, in the Guam now, one of the most comprehensive, and when a Nigerian, and what on the other, one of them, that kind of set of palliative torture every sector. Cases, now palliative, I kuna obasalo, if obasalo on the all, the nalo, na pensioners. And since January this year, I'm a Bugoliozo before a weapon gonna petrol. Funa ego one day all on any delay party and waka, waiting a 10% increase na salaries of workers from January this year. I don't need me and can ego petrol. I say in addition to that, in addition to the 10% increase, from this month, September, well lower, December, for the 4 months to the end of the year. Now each month, now I get tinyalo ndiolo additional, just a flat sum of 12,000 each. So akwụ ụgwọ ọnwa September, another akwụsị ya. The next day or two, and for 12,000. So onye na-eli minimum wage 30,000 will get 42,000. That's just well then tinyezelu mana ife I 12,000 I brought Sunday ndị ọrụ oyibo pensioners ndị retire go nọ dị na befa ọnụ ga-amakwa na anyị ebidogo na-akwụ ndị pensioners their gratuity maka na oge anyị bata for 4 years from 2018 till I bata 2022 eji ndị pensioners their gratuity mana ndị na civil service ma ndị na local government, and we have begun to pay that back to them. Clear na akwụ ya fụ nwayọọ ọ bụrụ ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-continue na akwụkwọ ya mana 12,000 anyị ga-enyekwu ya ndị pensioners a. So ịgbakọ ndị na-alụ ọrụ kịta na pensioners, you're talking about approximately 59,000 persons that will receive this 12,000 for 4 months of the year. And like I said, leaving another pensioners behind and several others. Now, I baratakwa when anya ife mfiaruga na batandem, of course, ekwu maka rice. Rice I na for ebute hundreds of thousands of this, and we're going to be distribute here now ward level. Ward. Onye ọbụla nwere onye ọbụla na-belong to a ward at the 326 wards. So, and then I first said, I can never do and me organize. And I set up committees in each ward. So when they put in at the ward, about 100, about 200, about 300, about 400, about whatever, the number of bags, but about 1,000 or whatever, banner a ward, or batana the ward, a can to make sure no obalu nifa bali no munna. Onya sort of no munna, sort of na ward, a man or sort of na man obra onya Anambra. So I get bidi kekwanka at the end of this month when this whole rice. So we got some bags, even federal government no wafa. But I think about 3,000 thereabout. We're expecting a few more. But in lieu of the money for inyai. Then about that or even taxes. I exemptions. Because like I said, our party Apuga, and we care a lot for especially the downtrodden, the poor people. The hardship that they face, we empathize and sympathize. They are now vulcanizers. That's why we said nobody should collect anything. Nobody should harass these people, try to collect these things. I understand all manner of people, Nigeria mafia, Nigeria bende na kwabaro, na Okada, ndi Okada. We exempt ndi Okada from any fees or tax or anything. Ndi na-ebu afia n'isi, hawkers, ndi na-akpọba afia table. Onye ọbụla na-akpọba afia capital at less than 100,000. No, leave them. Ndị na-akwa barrow, vulcanizers, all these petty people who are struggling each day to make a living. We should not be harassing them with revenue. Yes, government need Lego. Because na laws or na aga alonka, na aga menka, na aga menka, or aga kundi olo work one dinkuzu womenka ego kage jira miliwala emia. But only certain people that we must also give certain concessions to. So ndin cause or they can deny keke, buses and all these transport things will remove 20% from Ifefanaku. So ndi keke now kubo 10,000, they now pay 8,000. And so on and so forth. I say to her, cascade layer, nabada. Then go to other spheres like they can now get free antenatal services. now, primary health centers and general hospitals, and Dochokwi free of charge. Now these hospitals, it's costing quite a bit because we have been getting the bills. People are surging. We're not asking people now. Everybody came on one day. So no, na mukwa oka gazu. Asina na Anambra na free antenatal na free delivery. Jazi na Anambra na buyaka kokoko and so on. Now we have quite a long list of if I am special fund for cooperatives. Special fund for cooperatives. We're organizing at the ward level too, especially in there on autonomo. On when they are not over table, you get if a capital euro 5,000 naira. For a capital euro 3,000 naira. Or just got a vegetable eba, or be eba le, or just got a tomato eba, or just eba le, and so on and so forth. The name of our Gavinia 10,000, 20,000, Cotinia or Juala Azwafia. You make a fundamental difference to their lives. We'll have, about 1.5 billion or so. I distribute across the entire wards, non-Anambra, to reach those kind of the poorest of the poor, to help them with their businesses. And of course, we just recently distributed, so far since I came, we are continuing with this palm and coconut revolution. And we've distributed 1.1 million seedlings so far. And next year, we're going to be distributing at least 1 million. The upper year, at least 1 million. We'll keep distributing 1 million each year. Our target is to create what I might call between 500,000 to 1 million millionaires over a period of time. And that is that any poor household with 10 of those seedlings we're not trying to be produce in the next 3-4 years, we'll be making over millions in a year from the harvest. And that is our own sustainable poverty reduction. Okay, I na-alụ mmadụ in a sustainable way. Ịlụ mmadụ abụrụ ikpọlụ ndị mmadụ denye afafa ije nata ndị na keke ego inyefa for doing nothing. Abụrụ ya bụ ịlụ mmadụ. Osi na inyere appointment. No, we'll give you something to teach you how to fish for life. So you don't have to be dependent on anything. Even a teacher, nwelu those 10 seedlings, that side income will be giving the teacher more than 1 million a year. Or below a vulcanizer will be getting more than 1 million a year side income. Or below petit trader, onyana a hawker, onyana afiampulo, we'll be making millions. And then Anambra will be green. We'll help the environment. And then new industries will begin to emerge, get processed with those products, and so on and so forth. We have quite an agenda. And of course, we are still pushing on ease of doing business to get investors to come to Anambra to create jobs. Like I said, and we are doing now, we're at 340 kilometers. Before we had a meeting 2 days ago and so on, and awarded at least close to another 30 kilometers. And I'm sure before the end of this year, we'll have a minimum of 400 kilometers of roads being constructed simultaneously in all the local governments of the state. All these things is make cost of doing business to go down easier. Isi by igbafe eba onwere onye na-agwa m ya jelo Ugbeenu or so yesterday that used to take them hours towards about family. It used to take them hours. He was telling this story this morning, the pastor who worshipped with us this morning. And then it took him less than 20 minutes. So Abu no farm instead of 2 hours, Motiana Kulisi Nozo, 20 minutes on a bar, in a farm back to the city. Or even over time, people might choose to live there. and commute 20 minutes to the city to go to work, and so on. So Anambra, generally, the package of the palliatives, the intention, like our manifesto says, leave no one behind. I think the copy of that set of palliatives, as some people have said, are the very, very comprehensive. And we're also ready to key into federal government's own program. When they roll out their own, whether it is in terms of buses that they will be buying, they said they're buying 3,000 buses, we will purchase some of them for our own internal transportation to ease the cost of transportation. Transportation for public workers, we're repairing their buses so as to ease transportation for civil servants, and so on and so forth. It's a very comprehensive document, and been getting commendations from all over the country telling me that this is the most comprehensive response that anybody has seen. And even the labor unions here, NLC, TUC, and so on, have also written me a letter to commend us for this very comprehensive response to the plight of the people.
Mr. Governor, ọ dịkwa ka iji ofu okwute wee tụgbuo ofu nke ịzara ikpokọrọgo ibe ị na-ajụ ya. Tony, ngwa ka anyị mara ma onwe gị.
Mr. Governor, I say I can again I'm interested in security. Maka ife ọ ga-ebido n'izizi they mention security. Ka chiri na asị na ọ dị ka iji ofu okwute na-atụgbu nnụnụ niile. Mana ga-anachi na security. Ọnwa oge Anambra State but the most secured state anywhere in the country. And done not like that for many years. I grew up under the same ABGA, not like for many years. But at the time, I look at as the insecurity in the whole country. Using my insurgency, my kidnappers moving in. And you can take our own share, according to the whole country. Hello, team. There was a time in our valley, in a from community to community. In where they put the traditional rulers, the PGs, the industrialists and the stakeholders. When we're security in Anambra State, we were preaching, moving around, in spite of even in Morgan. But something just happened recently. People don't move around because of problems. Manabia noticed that just recently, it's like security has come back to Anambra State. People can now move freely, apart from some pockets of where that you can't write those things off. Now, if I address the the Anambra, the AVG, and the Anambra State, both the police, my community vigilante, it's like everybody now wake to go up and now things they move off. So now the idea is this: I can go dig for that. I'm around the magic, but I need to go the sustainability of this situation. I know if I enjoy. That did not a kind of a flash in the pan. So to I can be one then also when they I am more security, I'm more evolvable. But interested in the mode of dressing home wine. Obuni Eurobra, ebolo their victim. Obuni Eurobra, ebolo their victim. So I am more rebel was actually. Will be a part of it. The So we're very grateful that you're here. So, in Cabo security, we'll still talk about a lot of things later.
Thank you very much. Can be done and keep bazo. Nke yukulu onye nọgide si ya na-eje nyocha ma nwaanyị oyi nke a ma o yiri nke a ya kwuo ife na-agụ ya na ya kwu na That's not security. I'm not only doing fanka. What only doing kulu mado ge doing mado there. And only jide na mieno. Jide outside kiake send there. Can you see the yamma? You got to go?
Yes.
By Jaja here, Jabolo Javi Jama exam in wine. Well, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And if there's such a thing happens, we're going to. 2 days ago, somebody was telling me that. And said, so if I just send there, if I'm another farm, I know I'm not going to be work. So I send there cover if when you jide there, we should not only, we'll take the person to village here. Onye jide na-eme ya kpụrụ onye a kpụjelu ya na village eje jụọ ndị village ya ma ọ etu a ka onwe nke kopun emesizi anyị wee je kpọchie ya mana ya akpụnalụgodi ya village ya onye ọbụla ejide n'ọdị. Now come to the issue of security. You summarize here. Yes, mgbe enwelu the usual kind of criminals, on the pickpockets, armed robbers, this and that. Of course, they were decisively dealt with in Anambra by the same APGA government. And Anambra was reputed as the most secure state around. But after a while, something happened. This whole thing of our own unknown gunmen, Mandini for name of us and agitation, whereby any mafia, Jebili, form of army, believe in a camps, Bula Lonse, Baeba, Bula Odeshi, Mandiotia, Potasia, Fapotabulu Mother, Bulu Bani Mafia, Emeranka, Bepo Misi Manka, because Alonso Fanef and Elino Balan, and so on. So it was a most uncommon or borrowed common criminality and Afubumbo were better and took over about 8 local governments. 7 local governments in the south plus Obaru were totally taken over by these hoodlums way before I came to office. And because even when I was campaigning, we could not campaign freely in the entire South senatorial zone. Nobody but say I rally eba egbe fabwala eba. I made rally in here. I met a election. Even the election here, MLA did the MLA election, MLA also. But say I ne we not, ne we town no where. The police na army none at the rally ground or Kalele ndebia rally. But say jela agwata ebu from a club around about stadium. So this was where we were. Where better. These people took over. They were like, "Boss, I ichupofanopo, ebefanonopo." Abala for about 4.5 hours. So abroad the kind of criminality or dinke on a mene ezo ke rap ejide. Nda ga apota yiri fa say ngwa. Barefaced, but Baba Anambra and the light, I am about the light of the nation, and light and darkness are done. We declared the state of emergency on that, and I must thank the Anambra for their cooperation. We say you see something, you say something. A lot of people were giving us information. Our AVG, we got to set up almost our strike force afresh, completely brand new strike force. So what emerged required different kind of approach and a ferocious one at that. And the joint teams of the police, the army, the Navy, the DSS, the civil defense, and their tactical teams. Also, I must commend them, are very focused and determined. And because all those wars and what they call FOBs, amount to say, Mekulobia no po, Ebomunz nuli, Ajegog no Sumohu a few times, and so on, dealing with them. All I can say, Bonam, I'm sure most citizens in Anambra can testify na tata ka onyama. Tata ka onyama. Where people couldn't even walk around. I understand even some clergy, Nosenebe South, Bulu Motofa, Bugasia somewhere either in Central or some other places. Jedova. Ona pagalizio yipu kola ivergio evolu clergy. Yele short walo kuna bagalina banye keke. Today, people are moving about freely. There is no crime-free society, but we are determined. We are determined, and just to answer your question about sustainability, we cannot create a livable and prosperous homeland where marauders control the land. We're taking back our state, and we're taking it forcefully. The Indiana go alons Miro Brandon and then the Bugali Alonse Benina. Anambra is a Christian state, and we keep that. This is light and day man. So we're taking back our state, and we will put in we're just our introduction kind of. So issue of sustainability abroad is no if and but. We have zero tolerance for that, and we will maintain zero tolerance. We're now going to be strengthening the community vigilante to take charge of their own and strengthen the local government vigilante, and of course the state strike force not there. Now with the police and the army and the navy, the DSS, all of us working together, and I think the police is quite determined now. As well. The new CP has launched various initiatives as well, just to continue from where his predecessor left off. The army is quite, they're all Navy, they're all, top notch. Everybody is determined that we must stamp out this criminality. The other bit that we're getting to, we've been dealing with that, but we're now going to pass a law and deal very ruthlessly with them. The touts. Touting is the one we are determined to root out na Anambra. Ndị abụrụ ndị Anambra, and we've discovered the majority, even if a touting abụrụ ndị Anambra. From ebe fasi. I don't want to begin to mention if ijide 100 of them, if una 99 is your fuebe. Onye nke kwado bie, osike oje Anambra to go and hustle. Ojelo oje gote mma. Je gote egbe. Na akpagali. So, ona akwughali ebe niile, achọghali onye ọ ga-analụ akpa. Onye ọ ga-analụ ife, onye hustling na Anambra. Yes, Anambra is a prosperous, we are more prosperous than many other states.
Yep.
Okay? Mana hage well as the prosperous. The buy na bambo. The buy nwele ife. Or gabuzi a cost. No. You go and walk. Na Anambra, the kwenye na aka aja na ebuto ọnụ mmanụ. Or if kwenye na Anambra, we work hard in Anambra. Hard work is our value. Ọ bụrụ ije nalụ mmadụ nke ya n'ike, maka na asị onye nwe nna o nwere ozi uchu ana. So ndị agboro, ọ bụrụ na ị nwere ife ị ga-alụ, bịa ka anyị train anyị nye gị training. Enyesi ya training achọ ife ị ga-alụ, mana isi na ije nalụ mmadụ nke ya n'ike. Anyị na-abịa, anyị gafe change gear. I gafe change gear very seriously with ndị agboro. Na anwụdeghị ka ị na-eme ife mere gị akọkwa na mmadụ. Because we got the iwe kọwal bete nke mere just telling them ọ bụrụ na ị na-alụ agboro na Anambra ga-achọ ife ọzọ ị ga-alụ. Ije jide egbe nọta mmadụ wele mma onye ga-asụ nka anyị jide gị ọgbọ egbe na ana na egbe ogbu mma na ana na mma. Onwe nụrụ onye lụrụ gedele ife agboro sụba mma ma ọ gbaba egbe that grew to old age. Fana anwụ n'ike. So we are determined to get that, and we are putting together a strategy. The law will hopefully be passed as soon as the House but are back from break, and we are going to deal very ruthlessly. Very ruthlessly. Onye malo na alụ agboro. Where either no cheghali ma oje chọọ steeti ọzọ. Either no cheghali ma oje chọọ steeti ọzọ. Anambra will have zero tolerance for criminality. And we're determined to sustain this.
A follow-up to that?
Follow-up, sure. If all be a woman, Mr. Governor, even with a very tall dream for Anambra State, and people now appreciate that. That's what okay, better. People, they're happy. You understand? You lay out some of the plans. But somewhere along the line, on would even matter their name, or they can when they're not 18 spanner the wheel of progress. Now in the Kumakabu, wrong with about time, on when they are formed, what they call Atmakafanaza or something, in Anambra State. Even with a very good intention, away from my, at least if a basalo, it decongest traffic, Mandina Park wrongly, and all these sort of things. My name is going to ask 12 apostles, only one Judas. If the Anambra knows the Keta of an advocate is that they now see those people as terrorists. If I come alone on radio, I am a complaints line there with always.
I think you have made the point. So
Yeah, let me respond to it.
Okay.
So your point, I got to go me be Niger, and if you know, and more than I want to put those complaints. And then what here I get very sad because I said no from Bolaka Lotamano, and when one bad incident, especially in this day and age, social media.
Yeah.
And when one abuse, it is that abuse that gets attention. Not na fakulu na Akwatama na Oka Road no Onisha, control or traffic, or freely. Nobody gets commendation for that. More na Potalebe that used to take us 3 hours to pass. Kitas, it takes less than 30 minutes. Nobody will talk about that. No, that one that actually misbehaves. And for us, I must tell you, very zero tolerance for that.
Thank you.
We are rejigging. I met with the Onyisi Atma. Even though, no, Fantaina Busaratma, we are now trying to reorganize all those enforcement teams. They cleared, they marked. Onye jide imana onye abu onye atma ma onye ndị revenue maka fancha na-ewezi na fancha bụ ndị no revenue kafanachu, which is quite unfortunate. The design of all of this was law and order. Atma was law and order. If I na-abụ onye ndị agbalụ si ebe a, instead of isi ebe a, often na ndị ọzọ nọ na queue onyapụta moto ya je gbawa ebe the other side kwesịrị isi wee ga. Because Nande on a queue, the stupid, for the foolish. Or je block on this the other side, everybody are close here. And off here about 6 hours.
You're right.
It is this kind of lawlessness that we must stop. Some places you need to mark them for one way. So that, because farmer bungu traffic, onya sieba. But I will tell you part of what we have agreed to do. For me, we're going to persist on this law and order path, continuing to modify the lawyer. Even I first say to teams, we're gonna monitor that enforcement. Yeah, we have to. We're designing that now, and we're going to. There will be plain clothes. There will be. You won't even know them. On Yalomoti, if I buy one way, where Malome near bribe. Inaya bribe or necessary in the general inaya bribe is here by Akanaba Gologo Fuaka. We are going to embark on that because we want the people non here to be of highest moral standards. After this, our summit on Thursday, by next week, you will see quite a series of actions. They're going to go for retraining, training, and retraining. Their code of conduct will be known to the public. And you must have the right. Isi a photo, setema nombia. Onye kworo ka isi a photo man on diori. He gets the more photo, set a nombia ma if I send there. Or say you cannot pay cash. Onye ona say you cash. The man on yori. And the number again you give the number na where. I get your number with the public. Everybody am the number. You got anything. Then even what is paid, and let me tell you that this is even a tumulaka, because like I said, our party, and not just our party, by my own personal disposition, not tandem mother unnecessarily. It's not what government is about. That's not what we're about. We're here to make sure the reason EGR control traffic or them fair, that people happy they stuck in one place for hours unnecessarily. Okay? Now, how many lead is it to hit or only Jide na Iva, Abo make it I follow get to station. Otherwise, in 10,000 and what is a rapid jet station. We hear those complaints. I hear them. And we are determined to read the first and foremost by sooner or later I will discuss this with Onye Atma. Fine Sana Anna control Eva by between today when I have a meeting with him to this evening, going to take a decision on that. For now, until Naiga mark say all the roads, not just traffic signs, but we are going to mark the roads. Because motor.
Yes.
But not the traffic. I mean, the mother because what was the other cars against who were again, where bag I be a mark, a mark red by the side. Oh, where bubble red, where bubble double yellow. You can stop, but you can park. Where bank you can stop. Before you now park, oh, Madam has a phone. Mother born ya park as a phone. But Obrono is nequanya phone, a park. Ne Kusarana motor here. Na traffic. Mother 1,000 cars are Kusiozubo. Ne check is a phone. Before Van Joke Befaneja. So we are going to mark all the streets, all the places, and even this arrow negotiate the direction in Aga forward. Koga be the other side, one way. If we are na the arrow ne face, we man oza, and for now and until I mark say all those things, which we are going to do. We're going to declare a state of emergency to mark all these places in the traffic in Adeva within the next 3 months. Within the next 3 months, until I mark a CFA, signs, no stopping, no this and that, we're reducing, I'm saying to them, no person, no offender or so from tomorrow should be charged more than 5,000. I understand that they're charging 30,000, 50,000, and so on and so forth. I'm pegging it at 5,000 for now. Okay? And bring it to 5,000, no more than that, until I see all this, so that onye violate easily again. A man or bachalanya nina. Or ma se ne aforia. A man or bachalanya. Then, so always a familiar will suffer the consequence. Now, Lagos, EJ Lagos, I say the fear of last month, but the beginning of with Unke Lagos, when they buy one way, you have to go for psychiatric exam first. You just say psychiatric if I wage up 50,000 or whatever there. I hear Lubereba, mana, as in Fana, I get bugodos or markets here everywhere. EJ Obodo Ibo, EJ London. If I got for your market street, a baby red. It para about was a motor about camera today. I found one of the time to talk to you. Now the bill will come. And the equal for not double. Or double their belly if I be book in the bay. The man ain't no only in a jideba on one address. so all I want to say to you, Bona, this is an issue we are determined to deal with.
Yeah.
But it will take a little while. Onoga mana alo abaga for bolo manane. The by other respect anything other. Fagotaroku. Na ekwesịrị inwe order. You got to go?
Yep.
Ịpụta traffic dị. Ndị ọzọ kwụ na line. Wele na ndị a niile kwụ na line bụ ndị ala. Ikwukapụ. Ka ije gbaa the other side. Ịgbara the other side a, ị block ndị nke si n'iru wele abịa. Onye ọbụla eme gịnị? Akwụsa.
Ịchọkwa ka advice onye ọkpọba gị.
Ihe isi anya bịa ịgbara ebe ọchịagha waka nya ọgụ nwa kwụ na line bụ onye dị stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
Ijide ya ejide na kedu ife ndị a na-enye mmadụ na-atagharị mmadụ afụfụ ma mara sinsi ụtụtụ onwebere ife ịgbata sinsi ụtụtụ ma ga-ejere ije kwụsị ndị ọbụla niile ịgbazi ebe. So if I got require the public, and I must tell you, there is nowhere in the world enforcing traffic violation bụ a tea party. Onwere ebe ọ bụ a tea party. Even onye camera jide number, jide the exact second and minute of violate le onane ha ago. Mana eji ma number gị ma ife gị ma ebe ịgbalị ya ma the coordinate ya dị ebe agba. Exactly. Onane ha say kedu oge ya even oje court ebe amali ona ọsọ na ọbụrụ ya nwa na ife ndị a kita ewepụtago technology a ga-ewepụta ya zoom pụta because obodo oyibo anyị na-achọ ịdị kafa. Ịma abanye na moto gonwa anọrọ na the insurance ịnya the moto. Bụ ịnọkọta isi ibulu moto papa gị afa gị adọrọ na the insurance ejide ya aka na-aba agọlọgọ ofu aka. Ị ga-enwe insurance ịnya that particular vehicle.
Thank you very much.
For you to do that. So I ga-ajabe nwayọọ because ịbụ Dubai, Taiwan ma ọ dị ka ebe obodo a livable place. Ịdị livable mean na anyị ga na-eme obey law and order.
We'll come to that.
Mana ọ ga-adị nwayọọ. Onye ọbụla so kụziwela onye ọbụla.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you.
Because ndị Anambra biko nwere na ndidi afọ na ụlọ akọbagoli. Ka gọvanọ metụsị ụmụ ife aka ọ ga-abụ ụnụ na-ajụ ajụjụ ka ụnụ fo ife ụnụ ga-ajụ. Mana Mr. Governor, ebe anyị nọ na sekuriti, Joy ama m na ọ dị chelu, ebe anyị nọ sekuriti, ka ife nwere ike ikwu maka sit at home Monday aside Simon Ekpa.
Sit at home. Nke sit at home agwụgo. Onye nwatakịrị chọrọ ịgbapụ ọsọ na sị na nne ya ukwu lọrọ ya anya. Onwe na ọka ya si pụta onwere etu o si lọọ ya anya ọ lọrọ ya n'ọnya ka ya ji wee na. Ịma na ote gị ọ na-achọ ịna. Onye sị na ya nọ na-eme sit at home today maka na Simon Ekpa si ya ma ọ na onye asị ya bụ aghụghọ. Ọ chọrọ ije ọrụ. Alụ agbaga afọ na-achọ ịbụ omenanị. Mana fama akwa na ikwu inyụrụ arụ si ụmụnne ya kweweli ya egwu asị ya tụfịa ada ekwere ife ọjọọ egwu. Good. So ife na-agwa ndị Anambra bụ na onye si na ya na-eme sit at home ụfọdụ sef ajọs ụfọdụ ndị ọrụ oyibo wele ya na Monday bụ ụbọchị ya jizi ezu ike. Ụfọdụ ndị afịa na-ewezi ụbọchị Monday so a ga-azụrụzi luo Saturday luo Sundays Monday ezu ike. Mana tụfịa anyị jụrụ ajụ agafe ebido akwụkwọ and school niile ga-ebido akwụkwọ. Ndị ọrụ oyibo anyị agwago m the head of service a ga na-etake attendance every Monday. At the end of the month we're going to pay pro rata. Ịchọ ịhapụ at the end of the month I wepụ those 4 days from your salary and work the rest. Ọ na ịbịara. So onwere onye si ya da eje nke a na nke a maka na asị na ọsịta atọ ịma na aghụghọ dị ya. Anambra is calm. Anambra is peaceful. Oka here, question everywhere, the shops, everywhere is open and banks are open. Everybody is going about their business. So onye sị na ya na-eje nke ife nke a bụ nyanwa ji aka ya tinye ya etu a. Sit at home is over. IPOB is saying sit at home agwụgo. I was saying sit at home doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
John.
Ọkammụta Governor Soludo
Yeah, with the original.
ana m ege nnọọ ife niile na-akọwa ọ na-ama m si akpata oyi. Anyị si gị daalụ ị na-eme ọfụma. Oge nwasịrị ịchọrọ echi Anambra wee nye gị.
I applied.
You applied. Ị na-arụ ya bụ ọrụ. Anyị chọrọ ka anyị na-eke n'anya maka okporo ụzọ. Na a na-ekwu na ego adịrọ na federal gọọmenti adịghị eweta ego. Iwe na-ebulikọ ụzọ niile. N'obere oge anụnwafụ na ịnọgo. Ama m na m enwego 345 kilometers of road ilugo. A na-ekwukwa na ego adịrọ. Amarọ m ebe nya bụ ego si abịa. Mana anyị na-ekene gị otu ọbụla isi na-amachapụta aka wee na-eme nya bụ ife na-anwa. Anyị wee sị kedu ka isi na-akwadokwanụ na mebi arụ abụọ na-abịa n'ọrụ gị a ka ị ga-esi wee mee ka anyị malụ na ife a na farụ amadụ katakwa kwụsị. Ana anyị amarọ ma inwekwu dịka ọkammụta ego na ịma na ị na-eme ebe ị na-eme ebe a. Ma ihe dịka ịrụrụ anya ụzọ ma ụzọ mmiri ebe enwesi mmiri arụsị afọ ụzọ ọ gaa ọfụma ma rel anyị na-atụ anya anyị ma na South East a nwebụ mgbe a na-agba train anyị amara ọfụma onwe ife ị na-akwadobere anyị ife ụzọ na ife a na-eme were na-adaba.
Thank you very much. Nke izizi bụ na before mbata oge na-eme campaign we acknowledge na enwelụ a road crisis na Anambra. Yes, we also said that oge anyị na-eme campaign anyị gwa ndị Anambra, my predecessor onye nnọchili paid a lot of and rightly so, he did well, very well. I think he mobilized quite a lot of resources focused on the airport, the international conference center, and so on. And so I think altogether what they reported was that they completed about 80.5 kilometers of road during his tenure. And that on the road side created a road crisis, in the aspect of our roads. And I acknowledge that again in the campaign, because that was a major criticism. Everybody was saying road. And I told in the Anambra, there's a road crisis. And when I come in, I will declare a state of emergency on roads. And that's precisely what I did. When I came, I declared this state of emergency simultaneously in all the 21 local governments. But the truth of the matter, given the decay in our road infrastructure, it will look at in Anambra where one local government or Mezu. We fix the roads in one local government. Because in every community, it needs so much. But we are very strategic in selecting the ones with magnificent impact, connecting especially places that have been totally neglected since, if you like, the creation of mankind, as it were. Amara maybe na egosifa nke amara maybe nke bunka. Manam igafa afuna ebe ndị afụ bero ilombo. Oka north to about family, and we have an agenda to stretch another 5 kilometers to the river and even do a bridge across to Ayamelum, and so on. Or then from Amansi to Ndukwenu to Awa to Ufuma Junction. Or the Zira Umuoma to Enugu Umonya down to Achina. Ko nkesi sifu no fija wa baba to Obunkafa. Then cause Anam to Nzam. Nzam is the only local government headquarters that I know in the country that is not accessible by road. It's the only local government headquarters in the country that I know that you can't drive to their headquarters. And so the local government headquarters was just a desolate place overgrown by bush and so on. But now we're hopeful that by December we should be able to drive to Nzam. by road. Ibadam Opoko. Opoko was a desolate, biggest slum in the southeast. You know, one of our core 15 kilometers there with street lighting. And we're going to have pipe-borne water there with general hospital. You know, figures completely down and, oh gosh. You know, major highways there is that Niger Street. I revoked the contract of the contractor, and who now they have prepared an undertaking. They will be addressing you guys, the media, very soon, to give an undertaking. Nafaga Alosia by December. Or Nafaga Alosia and say, okay. So no mabule na no see to anyway. So from the Anambra, that 345 kilometers, we're awarding more. Like I said, before the end of this year, would have hit about 400 kilometers. We're touching everywhere, everywhere. Very strategic. Atani to Ozobolo. That's the road that connects Obaru and Ekusigo. That's the major gateway in the Obaru, the Sinapo, other than, you know, the only thing to Onisha, so to speak. The height of that road, Kalimogo. Yes, piling, if I na pile, and so on. Then we are being ravaged by erosion. Owerri, Onisha Owerri Road is federal highway. But go there around near Rogeni, it's almost washed off Noba. Ebadakwa Eba Ozobolo, it's almost washed off. As at our last exco, awarded close to 2 billion along that road. I'm spending over 20 billion on federal roads in Anambra as we speak. Because no on the Anambra na Abweba. It's just federal government. I say nafana abia. Afongwele ego nafana abia, ayina abia. Ndi mara na kita in case in Nobi. Obrona no eba kita, I would have been on an inspection to those erosion sites. I would have gone out to Nobi. Nobi to Mpo. Nobi Dane, Umoji, Mpo Road. There's a major gully. That road is almost cut off. So, erosion, number one, Anambra, the number one gully erosion capital of the world. Isi eba na-eme asị nke eba adago, isi eba agbalogaba, ike eba adago. And ego a na-eni na ife erosion. Ha bụrụ ife ndị mmadụ na-afụ anya. Ha bụrụ ya, iwere ego ị ga-eji lụọ give communities roads, where na-efix nke federal, na-efix nke state. But for me, no excuses, no complaints. I applied for this job. I know the challenges where may apply. But coming to how we are managing, if you must also know, it's important to emphasize. Now, when I came, the State House of Assembly approved for me to borrow 100 billion last year, about July last year. The family approved for me to borrow 100 billion to tackle infrastructure and other things. But as of now, I have not borrowed one kobo of that. We have not. We have not borrowed one penny out of that 100 billion that they approved last year. And they tell me it's unprecedented in the history of Nigeria, where even your assembly would authorize you to borrow, and banks have been offering, please take. But I've said, no, I'm not going to borrow. I'm not going to borrow on two conditions. First of all, the cost of that fund is very high. Number two, I'm not going to borrow. I'm almost focusing to say I will only borrow to finance projects that have capacity to pay back that loan. It's called project finance. That's where I am zeroing on, not just borrow for because banks are eager to lend to you and so on and so forth. Yes, you can easily borrow. It's easy to. But I'm focused. If I know nothing else, I should know a little thing about finance. I know. I know a little about that. So, and it has also required that we are squeezing ourselves very tightly. We've squeezed consumption, squeezed everything. As we've kept saying, like when I arrived here, the cost of cleaning offices, government offices, was 137 million. Contracts to all manner of people, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, 7 million. 137 million was what it was costing to clean offices. But we've squeezed that and squeezed that. Today, it costs 11 million. We are saving 126 million every month. 126 million every month. If you multiply it by 12, you'll be getting 1.5 something billion. So when we're asking how we're doing this, it's meant we're even to personal level, at a personal level. Oh yeah. I want to get 500, 700 million. But I'm just going to nothing when I can't buy. Even for my wife, we have not bought even a spoke of a bicycle. And I'm a first lady. Everywhere else, and I'm a full compliment for first lady. When I be a mega squam the least if I was a legal. My wife, I'm going to motor in your way. So I mean, Kabia, Anambra and Warego. So this is the way we have been more like Anyabona and people are asking me, how are you getting it? And besides also, value for money. The contracts I squeeze here, bargain to the minutest form of it. We are doing for the 300 and something kilometers of road. The amount I'm 150 kilometers of road.
Yeah,
but
with the texture of it.
We are getting maximum value for money. And we'll continue this way. We will continue. Needs Karika, roads Alo, Erika. But what I've said on the Anambra, and this they can take to the bank. I'm not going to flag off a road or award a contract if I'm not sure how I'm going to pay for it. I will not do the usual politics. The usual politics about onye flag alpha off road. If onye say, now award go contract for a road that yes, in the past it was considered good politics. Good politics about election name if a flag off road. When you say be a flag off road, be a flag off road, enough flag off road, with no intention. A flag off road 1,000 kilometers when you don't have money to do 100. No, I'm not going to do that. My word should be my bond. If I flag off a road, it is as good as done. And when I sign approved, it is cash.
Mr. Governor, because in anyị ifu na call na abata ndị Anambra facho eju ya ajụjụ mana biko ịma na onye kpọlụ prọfesọ onye bịa n'okwu o wee bụrụ ụdị prọfesọ maka enwe prọfesọ nwee prọfesọ ị ga-akwadobe so na-edeni onwe fọn gọvanọ na-ekwube na-edeni na-edetuni ha maka when it's not written it doesn't exist na-edetuni ha we'll take a break ka anyị ṅụchala mmiri lekwu obere afịa anyị chiyatara ana meta aka anyị akpọzie unu ka unu bịa n'igwe okwu. Ndị Anambra anyị echiyatagokwanụ aka nga ayọkwa unu ka unu nwere anyị obere ndidi o meta aka na juba gọvanọ ajụjụ. So gọvanọ ị nọ na-ekwu maka squeezing na value addition, saving money from a lot of things, and ka ị na-ekwu ya street lighting program a gbata m n'obi maka ama na mgbe gara aga ọ bụgo sọsọ diesel a na-agba na generator wee tinye street lights anụnwa o buru aka iwe bata iwe change esisi jebezie na solar nke solar and ọ dị ka akọvasigo ebe niile nwere street lights with this solar system nsize ka njụa ọ bụrụ na aka akọvari ya maka ọkwa ndị ọzọ na-atụ anya a na-akwado cover almost obodo niile with the street light nke solar anụnwa. Then apart from that, nwere other infrastructural developments a na-achọkwa iweta like mmiri na ife ndị ọzọ na Anambra.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. Yes, street lighting project is ongoing. Our expectation, by next month, October, we would have finished replace all the diesel-powered solar lights with solar. Very negligible diesel will have power. That street lighting project, diesel no less than 200 naira a liter. But there's another 850 and so on. So if we continued with that, we would have been spending way more than 1.2, 1.5 billion a month to pay for diesel. It's impossible. So we'll rechannel, rather than using that money to be powering, if I would rather use it to convert it to solar. That will be, will run for years without needing day-to-day maintenance. So we'll have its own maintenance operations, but not anymore. So, and our target, when we finish with the 25,000 by next month, for next year, we actually have a target shooting for about 10,000 new, and we want to continue maintain that kind of momentum. Because we are the light of the nation. We have to light up Anambra. The other infrastructural projects, the area of power, we have an agenda with EEDC. This investment summit, who have the right of way and everything done. We're reaching final discussions with them. Gas pipeline all the way, even to Oka here. As the case may be, that might begin to power some kind of embedded power plants. So electricity, investment there, transport, water and rail. As the case may be, I didn't get to this previously, but that's part of the infrastructure project. In fact, part of the agreement I got signed on Thursday, after my Zoom meeting with them today or tomorrow, it was a company that will produce the master plan, the feasibility study and master plan for rail transportation in Anambra. Okay? And then the one, Mahindra, that will then prepare the industrial master plan again for Anambra. We're acquiring already now about 4,000 hectares. We're shooting to make it up to 6,000, 7,000. About the new industrial city, a city with everything, with our industries. Yeah, there. AUU, Akwe Head, Unubioga, Automotive Industrial Park. That one we're trying to unlock Ifegienu. Then you have the Oboji Pharmaceutical Industrial Park as well. People are coming into this to unlock these areas in the coming months. That's part of Ifegame at the investment summit. On water transportation, we're going to be, investing heavily on that, repairing the existing boats and buying new ones for our brothers and sisters who've been at the riverine, especially the ones that transport people in mass. Majifa na akota. I learned that prior to this period, Ndenzam and so on, Fakosiaji, Febule Nawela na Edo, because there's no way for them to transport it to the rest of the state. So we want to make it possible for them to be able to transport their yam to Onitsha. They will get better value for money, and so on. So, yes, we're also continue to work on the airport because it's not yet completed. Quite several aspects of it that remain uncompleted. We're still working on that. We want Anambra to be and of course the Onitsha seaport is getting permission to be a port of final destination so that ship, battalion, and so on, they can transship it and buy badges, to come to Onitsha. Anambra must be accessible by air, by land, and by sea. And that's what is going to make Anambra an international city. Accessible by air, by land, and by sea.
Air, land, and sea.
And Anambra is a hub. Anambra has boundary with the north via Kogi, boundary with the south via Edo, even to southwest through Edo. Has boundary with River State, it's boundary with Imo, with Abia, and with Enugu. It's a hub, and with a navigable river. There is nothing that we can make this place to become as the next axis of prosperity.
Anambra must be accessible by air, land, and sea. Monique.
Yes, I have other questions, sir, but I don't know if we can still take more. Sir, Mr. Governor, sir, you recently launched this clean and green Anambra, that must be sustainable by collective efforts of everybody. You went to Ochange and Anambrarians recently. I don't know your impression about that visit.
Alome. Alomelo situation. Well, nyaba alo agbaga afọ na-achọ iwu omenani mana anyị si na tofia na ada ekwela ife ọjọọ egwu. No. Ebe ndị mmadụ mụtazịrị ị ga-ekpogide deti ọnọdụ fanọdị n'akụkụ ya na-eli nri. Kpọkwasa afịa n'enu ya nọdị n'enu ya. Ị na-ene gọta iru ebe shọpụ mmadụ dị. Ị na-anya n'iru dị gọta oju, stagnant water, ikuku ọ na-ekulu, very dirty, and so on. Yani ya nọdụ ebe a. Onye bute refuse, obulie ọpụta n'ilo ọwụsa ya. And this is normal. So we are going back to the basics. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. And if you don't have a clean environment, you cannot have a livable environment. And our goal, remember, both for Anambra to become a livable and prosperous homeland. To become livable, there are basics, foundation. If everybody na alone na beer, motetula, ikunie no na bed, they kunie and just walk away. You make your bed, you dress it back. Okay? So I'm onye de organize, onye melifa. Two years, better na bedroom, better na mother, better na bed here toward. That's the first sign that shows you how organized onye ade. That's the first thing you do when you wake up, is to dress the bed. Hey, pota, onwale etu anade. Is that not the place? Why so as kids, igaza uno, zambala, where's ama? Yes, igaza ama. Ama with the road from the boundary of your property to the next boundary. The other people will take it from that boundary to their own boundary. And before Anaku 7 in the morning, the entire community, all the roads are swept. Inside the compounds are all swept. As a child growing up, how dare you, how? Take a school. Is that all? No. Is that umbala? Is that all? Ikunia kwado Java school. Is that how? They were taken as basics. Today, even adults will stay in very few. So, our clean, green, sustainable environment, but like I said, there is nothing else will happen if we don't have a clean environment. And we've gone to, when I assumed office, look at, I can say, so when I assumed office and I went to Ochanja, that Ochanja roundabout, the heap of refuse was as high as the traffic light. Obia to the peak of traffic light. And not even bicycle, not even the Joko could pass. That Ochanja roundabout. I think the next week or so after I assumed office, I was there. You saw that they were piling up this. There's one heap where they went to evacuate and they even found their corpse. Nearly even now would have if you ever, decaying there. So we've declared a state of emergency on this. It's not going to be done overnight. It will require huge attitudinal change on the part of the citizens. You see, because then we've got generations that have grown up not knowing what it is to have a clean environment. So farmers is what it is like. So you can stay in a filthy, dirty place. They don't even notice it. I took walk around Main Market the other day. Well, around Main Market they were doing cleaning up. I saw the chairman of the market, and I could see Bright Street, parts of Bright Street, very clean, and all of that, and so on. Good. But I'll get better more street. When I met the street adjoining to that, so also noise, because I want to noise waste. Blasting loudspeaker from shop, yeah. And when you know about for 10 years, they will have hearing problems because destroying their noise pollution everywhere. So we had to abandon. We're stopping those. Onyemekweli again will close that shop. The well river. It's all in advert. Advert. So it is an agenda that we're asking on the Anambra. Let's rise up. Let us rise up. Keep your own environment clean. Government will begin to provide beans, and the ideal, we want to get to a point where waste is collected house to house. Bean na beer. It collect once a week and the residential areas a peak. And where the day of the week in the street chew to for on a book there dobani ruya there. Ndia nebi abukolia. Born on Wednesdays, born on twice a week. In the commercial areas like markets, they must have structures to clean the place. So it's not a thing that we are joking about. Keeping Anambra clean and green. The green area, we have actually designed a template, a regulation. And a percentage of that land, they will buildable area. Only a percentage, 25% of it, you must leave as green. You must leave it as green. Or grass. Milizoko bani mane. Obere lo si ife iwelo cement na me oyibo. Akwa oyibo kwa nke anyị mụta from America and Europe. Ịga na nwere onye ga-eje bịa na Europe. Ọkwa ndị big men na America. Asị enwelu a percentage of the land area that must be green. Gaba na nkịtị. Cannot go and the council will not approve it. The council will not approve it. You can't even go and cut a tree in your compound without getting council approval. Because that tree will even contribute to the total ecosystem of the environment. Manabai, you want to everything. Now we're going to, the new law on environment will require you, if you cut one, you plant 10. 10. quarter 10.
Okay.
You know? Thank you.
Now, Mr. Governor. I ga-emezi igwe okwu kịta. Mana ya ka barakwa na nkata aka nwee ife ndị ọzọ anyị na ị ga-akpa ma youth development ma think home fancha mana anyị ga-akpachafa nkata ata ngwa ndị Anambra ngwa kpọbazi anụ n'ote n'unu mana ụfọdụ n'ime unu ji nọmba already mana ka m gụpụtakwara unu nọmba maka ndị ejiri 0902 327 3484 ọzọkwa 0902 327 3484 nọmba ọzọ unu ga-akpọ nkwa bụ 0811 905 5555 0811 905 5555 nke ịtọ 0701 863 9546 0701 863 9546 ngwa ya batabazianụ o juru eju. Hello? 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 Ngwa kwuo gọvanọ ya ngwa jụọ ajụjụ jee ka ọ kpọjee n'anya ozugbo. Hello? Igwe anyị afaghị. Hello? Igwe anyị afaghị gwa ebe isi akpọ ịjụọ ajụjụ ozugbo. Good afternoon. Or morning, ebe ị nọ.
Governor of Anambra State,
Ana m ekene o.
Prudent, Soludo, the governor, David Moore, Nananka. After I said, you man, I'm part of the country. I don't need an alarm. I street right here, Benine. On our running. I'm how many years into Prudent? Well, my dear, this man, take a man in a wang on it. You man, only all for for example, President back now, what he said. All our ministers go over the bad.
About the fact.
Yes, no problem. Over about our president, but what he said. About ministers and I have a permanent rule. About the group here. For example, I don't know what women of the country who want to dance when I come. Instead of people who were alone. Sit down, my governor of Anambra State. Because how long will they ever see a bit? Kakara always do for federal loan. Kakara putting out the more better. For example, never until they are on Oga. Oh, but most of the people are bad. Why never? When you must go there, but and I want to tell what you did. Sometimes we want to be the we want to go to the oh, whether die, keep going. All of the land and I don't my
David Moore. The look and doors of Oku. Hello? Oh, Governor, you are faggy. Where is your boy? Your governor, yeah? Nihiala. I know. Namuchi, I know.
We have to go out the first bank to work. Now, you want to buy, need or the Kamu give a gap, but the land can now pump for Puma. Okay, I could vote, don't work here to the state. And I'm asking you, maybe for I to vote.
Get those are the
first bank here.
First bank here.
Amen.
Yes.
Hello?
Thank you.
Ben, I'm up.
ọkwa Soludo ekelekwe m.
Daalụ Ben, daalụ.
Chance adịghị n'oge. Chance. Space ya bajara.
Hello?
Yeah, good day.
Mba, ọka abụrụ excellency nọ ikwu afa gị, ikwu ebe ị na-akpọ, ebe isi akpọ excellency egezie gị ntị. Onye? Etunugo Aguleri. Otunigbo Aguleri, okay. Ngwa. Okay. Okay, onwe ife ọzọ apart from ndị agboro. Okay, noted. Ngwa ka ndị ọzọ kpọọ o. Hello? Hello, afa gị na-ebe isi akpọ? Ị jụọ ajụjụ? Okay.
Mr. Governor, I'm making a book. Eventually, people will be selling
Agboro.
First of all, I'm making a guess in an all in because all in a little job on I. One young man a good Anambra State. And I will go meet what he did last one is rich. So that's a good job. When is the equal with a job with Anambra State? Much uniform every week. And the other multiple can really want to be original and then because I just give your son a zero can give your day. You get a second hard to wait here. What I do? So you guys are I can have time.
Okay. Maloko sige for no. Commendation. Nwere onye jụrụ ajụjụ ka ọsọ ma ụzọ ihe ala na ụzọ okay. Hello, biko kwuo afa gị, ikwu ebe isi akpọ, ị jụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ.
Okay. Afa m bụ Idris Aloma from Amansi.
Ị bụkwa onye Igbo?
Ana m ekene gọvanọ. Bishop Prudent, I have to governor here. Now, what Amansi Chawapa to Oba. Now, other disappointed I will come on. I'm a young. Now, also, buying the contractor of Levan, and I got pretty soon. Really, I did not go to Anambra. No, where also, where outlet, a madamo or if
Amansi. Kedu ụzọ ị na-ekwu maka ya?
From Amansi down to about 10 million.
Okay.
We're not going 10 million. Okay, under construction. Mana, it's what it now. Million the quota, hour. So where also million the apple. Million by Indian, I also June on this, but I haven't actually from one. So now, better contractor.
Kedu akụkụ ebe ife a na-eme? Kedu akụkụ ebe dị mmiri a na-abanye na shọpụ mmadụ? Kedu akụkụ ebe ọ na-abanye na shọpụ mmadụ? N'ebe?
Okwukwa village. Okay, noted. Nwee ife ọzọ ka ndị ọzọ kpọkwe.
Ọ dị mma. Thank you.
Secondly, chọrọ ịkpatụsị ife ndị a. Okay, ka iwere onye. Hello? Biko afa gị ebe isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ. Okay, double chief.
Ndewo.
That's the road where I come back to the center with. If I can't see my book to pass my cycle pass my end that day. When I was in that game, up there about the Kaiser. At least, number one road, I didn't know that I'm on there with government. Now,
Thank you. Just Master and cows. Okay, go ahead.
Hello? Biko afa gị ebe isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ. Eze Ndụka ebe ka isi akpọ? Ọnịsha. Okay, ngwa ajụjụ. Okay. Ekene, daalụ. Hello? Biko gwa anyị afa gị, gwa anyị ebe isi akpọ ijụzie gọvanọ ajụjụ. Hello? Afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ? Ọnịcha. Ngwa ajụjụ. Ewo, sorry. Hello? Hello? Ọkabụ onye ma? Your name, please. Afa gị ebe isi akpọ and your question. Okay.
His Excellency, motion and I don't know, like the same where some green parts of the land. That is very good thing for the farm. I didn't abide in Mary. And I rule every blessed day. No matter how many days of and another aspect we about the tree. This is one of the people in area. Only but the only keep country on Nabo who goes to jump over to get for the special knock at the potato. If you are not there, no, you saw your zero for your zero. You get potato to the wrong to the field to do top the trade.
Okay.
I need to solve others. I like the maple guru. Anambra State here and your
Okay, ngwa ka ndị ọzọ kpọkwuo. Oh, daalụ. Gọvanọ note gị ife ikwu. So gọvanọ chọrọ imetụ okwu ndị. Oh God. No. Hello?
Hello?
Afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ ozugbo?
Mr. Favour, ana m akpọ from Ọka. Biko, o nwere ihe, Mr. Governor, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
O nwere ihe m chọrọ ịjụ unu gbasara tax a ndị keke na-agwa Medicare rider. Tax a ndị keke na-agwọ, ndị na-achekile anyị na-echekile anyị ya by 5 weeks in a month. Of which na ekwesịrị ya na in a month is 4 weeks and some days. Mana ha program ọ dị 5 weeks in a month. Ị ga na-agwụta mgbe anyị na-agwụta 10,000 iwepụ Palliative iwepụ. Ịkwụ 10,000 naira in a month, first month, second month. Even if third month, I think you should go 2 weeks or you should go 1 week. And not just like every one, not by days, God, I can't do the same. I'm supposed to go 4 weeks in a month, but I'm taking 5 weeks in a month. So I can't see anybody here, I can't see one because.
Okay.
Okay. Hello?
No, that's okay.
Biko afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụọ ajụjụ?
Abụ m Chinonso John, onye mba ukwu, esi m mba ukwu akpọ.
Okay, ngwa.
Ka nkele gọvanọ anyị ma ihe ọ na-eme na Anambra steeti erike. Gọvanọ ọ na-ejezu Anambra niile, ekene ka m na-ebuteri ihe ọ na-arụ erike. Wee na-ekelekwa gọvanọ anyị ọzọ, karị nwamba afọ Soludo, ihe ọma ị na-eme karịrị. Wee na-ekelekwa ọ bụrụ na ndị ọrụ oyibo ị na-echetara anyị eme anyị ma na anyị nwere webụsaịtị gọvanọ. Anyị na-ekele gị ayọkwa biko ka anyị wụ inkriment a imere anyị n'oge a ka emezison na ejenti niile na parastata niile na pana emere ndị ọrụ ha niile. Ekele ka m na-ekele daalụ.
Okay. Hello? Biko afa gị ebe ka isi akpọ ịjụọ gọvanọ ajụjụ? Ebe? Okpoko, okay, eze nwa Okpoko.
A na-ekele Mr. Gọvanọ ọrụ ọ na-arụ na Anambra, ọ dị anya ahụ mma, mana ọ nwekwara ebe ọzọ dị ka tụọ na anyị wadụ ndị bi n'Okpoko na ogologo obodo ukwu road anyị, Ede Road, Society, Well, ụzọ ahụ mmiri izu anyị adịghị aganwu ya aga.
N'ebe?
Ede Road Junction,
Obodo ukwu.
na-apịa kooku ahụ, ogologo ebe ahụ, ụzọ ahụ keke adịghị agazi ya aga. Mmiri izu okwu adịghị afụ ebe esi n'ụgwụ. Anyị ga-asị ka m gụọta ọzọ nwụkwa na police station, Okpoko police station.
N'ebe?
Okpoko police station.
N'ọgbaru local gọọmenti anyị nọkọtazi ihe ndị mmadụ na-ajụzi ma ọ bụ staff ka a na-ejenerate for Anambra from that place. Maka ọ na-awụ ọkụ mgbede ọbụla ndị polisi awụpụta ha gbochie ebe ahụ, ha na-ana ma ndị keke ego. Ị na-agbagara agbadi 4-5 ịchọ ịgbana from 6 o'clock ya akwụ 1-5 ịgba mgbede mgbe ọ dị ha mma ha mechie. Anakọtakwa ha gbadatakwa na ndịda Well Junction dị anakwa ndị mmadụ ego. Ọtụtụ mmadụ na-akọmplen ha ka nzika kwuo ka mmalụ ma onwe ihe gọvanọ ga-emere anyị ọkwa na ọ ga-esi esi ndị ga-amonitọ get more evidence. Thank you, sir.
Okay, daalụ. Hello?
Hello?
Afa gị ebe isi akpọ ajụjụ? Okay.
Ya sị nke nkele gọvanọ anyị n'ọnụ ọma dị ma ọ na-abụ na mgbe a chọrọ m ibido na ukwuru maka erosion saịdị dị chakwa na ọzọ ọbụla ebe ndị ọzọ, mana ana m asị enwere ike na-eme ka a na-eji ikpe erosion mgbe agha ha na-ebido nwa obere ka ọ ghara ịbụ emechazi ọbụrụ ọbazie so much na ọ ga-eri so much money. That is one. Then nke sitatụmanụ ọ dịrọ mma asụsụ okwugosi kwụsị sitatụ, mana enwesị ụbọchị ọbụla a na-eme sitatụ ka ndị sekuriti na patrol gbalụ ka ndị mmadụ wee nwee sense of security ndị chọrọ ịpụta apụta ịghọtago enwe sekuriti then ana m asịkwa gọvanọ ka sọpọs isi eruru eri asị gbara ọka okirikiri ihe dịka isi anyị ọcha mgba ka edozisi ụzọ o nwecha many people nwecha land there so that people can get into those lands and develop go decongest ọka and the house rent akwụ n'ọka enwere ebe a na-akpọ youth center dị na mgbakọ is been lying fallow there o nwere ife a na-eme there that youth center ọ bụ na government take advantage of it can help a lot of youth to acquire skills there ọ ihe ndị si ka m ntinye isi ya wee kene gọvanọ n'ọrụ ọ na-arụsị ya jisi ike daalụ.
So Governor, you get, Hello? 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 Hello, biko gwa anyị afa gị, igwa anyị ebe isi akpọ ka gọvanọ wee zazie ajụ ị ga-ajụ.
Good afternoon.
Ka ọ dịzanụ ka nwaanyị. Chinenye.
Esi m Ọnịcha akpọ.
Ngwa jụọ ajụjụ.
Onye ọrụ oyibo, asị ka m kele Mr. Gọvanọ na nnukwu ọrụ ọ na-alụla anyị o. Ya daalụ rinne, gọvanọ daalụ o.
Thank you.
Ihe m chọziri ịkọmplen bụ maka mụnwa bụ onye 2019 set. So, ihe nji wee na-akọmplen bụ na anyị nwa na ndị 214 set na-eji NCE wee we anyị. Anyị wee sị ka anyị ọnụ gọvanọ ka anyị maa na ọ ga-emere anyị step up obere maka na anyị na ndị ewezi na 2022 salary anyị na ha ji abụrụ ofu ya most of them kakwa anyị na salary set and then also the grade level ndị nke a pụta kịta ụfọdụ n'ime ha ka nke anyị so anyị wee sị ka anyị yọọ biko Mr. Gọvanọ biko ka ihe balụ na anyị anya anyị jikwana 3 years wee tọọ ndị ewere ọkụ mana most of them their own is better than our own biko nna o meela anyị ebere biko o.
Yeah, on the well under solution, okay?
Yes, so other solution okay well hi na ayọ nu biko.
That's so bad.
What's the own now? Okay. Hello, Afagi, ABC Apo, Ijua Governor Aju.
Hello,
Mm-hmm.
Your Excellency.
Yes,
Afternoon, Your Excellency.
thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow anambrarians.
Yes.
Actually, Your Excellency, you are my mentor, and I call you the progeny of the position in philosophy. I am Dr. Austin Chineneze Nwabuwane from Nwabana. I am the author of the Transformation Mathematics for Senior Secondary School, which ranks first.
Can you go to the question? Go to the question. Doc, go to the question.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that it's in the process of writing the state book that I lost my sight and I became visually impaired. So I wrote letters through Your Excellency.
Doc, I'm aware that you met the governor's wife the day she came here. Okwangiwa?
Yes, Your Excellency.
No, Bro Excellency, no MDABS. But the governor's wife and you gave her your letter.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you got those opportunity
Because I've not heard from her. That was why I still calling the Excellency.
Oh, so can you find that correct, here?
na police on a daw ko we police no na actually enyemaka and he met His Excellency but His Excellency.
Okay. Thank you.
So if you get measure make akabazi aruzi lu onye ozi o kan ndi ozo pa kan ndi ozo po okay. Hello? Biko afagi ijuwa ajuju and then Governor Aza. Kerebisi Akpotu.
Biko
Afai. Good afai. Good.
I alụzikwe ị na-anụ ife m na-ekwu ana m ajụzi ka ezi etu isi m ji lụọ mbụze dị n'Enugu Ukwu meji mmiri wee lụzi enu oke mba nke onye arụ adịrọ anụgo m ya ọ maka ị na-asị ewepụsizie onwere onye laikikwa na ịkwụ taịtị kwa ịma mana onye ọbụla like ka gọọmenti lụọ ụzọ ebe onye keke a ma onye bọọsụ a ga-agba onye bụ ebe chalenji dị na mmadụ ga-akwụ na ya n'ụgbọ obele azụ ga-akpata obele nkụ nnukwu azụ akpata nnukwu nkụ anyị ga-eneba anya nke onye arụ adịrọ ochighata eme a ga-enebi ya anya mana a ga-ama anyị na-anwakwanụ ekwefu ka anyị na-afọ na-ewepụ esi from 15 gbadata to 10 si 10 gbadata to 8 mba thank you very much ngwazi ka nzazie ndị ọzọ
okay
thank you very much thank you very much for na ife na-ekwu
onye ọzọ adakọ. We're on radio.
Fine again. Okay, thank you very much. I think nke azagom nke onye Enugu Ukwu a ife erosion a ndị ọrụ na-ebe a ana na-edetu ya na-edenu ya ife a the commissioner for works ga-eje Enugu Ukwu a ka anyị jefu ebe a erosion na-akwado m ime ife a na-enye nsogbu. Then quickly on the other ones I will quickly just go through some of them very quickly. Yes, Chinenye on the grade level if harmonization. Emeka ina banyaka malo the discrepancies. Not that we ever. I malo discrepancy in if one kuba malum sip office Apple Albert. We see Apple Albert and they can there were no get solution or they can attempts for the better. Okay. On your erosion sites, yes, early detection was a key one, and security patrols, early detection for these erosion things. Yeah, in many cases actually, are there which we can detect all. But sometimes these landslides, because of the nature of the soil, but such now, you wouldn't even give you much if I won't believe I get developed millions on a zone. The entire thing will Ozenike. And security patrols on Mondays, I believe that's what is designed to happen. I want to believe that they are doing that now. And I think that's the part of the reason raise the issue about sustaining the tempo. So that we are going to do. And a very important point about estates in the neighboring towns, that we are going to look very closely and see how we can take road network to those, residential areas so that, those areas can become new axes for residential development. The mother when cheaper accommodation. Opoko. I've taken a note, I will take note of this Ede Ede Road Junction on Obodoku. Na the drainage, mmili bịa na ọ na-enye nsogbu ebe a. We need to go to tackle that. Commissioner, we're going to go to find out all those. Then, nke ndị police station nọ n'Okpoko, na police na-enupụta anakọ ndị mmadụ after 6 p.m. That's not acceptable. Mbuku Chinonso, na-ekwu maka increment of salary and whatever, can make sure that all the MDS, I think we assume not all the MDS. On Onye Keke and 5 weeks, I don't understand that. Actually, we had assumed what are they a month to Zulu 5 weeks? And what a month to get Zulu 5 weeks? Ghana from the only thing only came mato 2-3 days into that, but that's not a reason. But Obolonya Naku monthly is 8,000. That is it. Naku monthly, Obono Naku September, 8,000. Whether by the month or was it 31st or 28th or whatever, it's irrelevant. It's 8,000 a month. The only challengeable, I can see where the challenge is for those who now weekly. For those who now weekly. So how could they weekly? I'll be looking at September 1 to September 7, September 14, September 21, September 28. Then Olukwa for the week that then ends till the last day of September, banya into October. Mobolonya weekly. But monthly, I think it should be right away 8,000. We brought that. I think Ugochukwu from Otolone, we thank you very much for your commendations. Ezendoka Onisha, your commendations, thank you very much. Double Chief Newi, Neku Maka Bank Road. Double Chief, Obo Nekan Egente, Odeke ọ dịkwa nke na onwe ka isi nụ kepu ife aka eme nwanne ụnyaa maka ahịa award sigo gwen contract that bank road kama o nwere nwa obele ife fọnụ ọ bụrụ sọ bank road o nwekwu ma spores ife akpakwunyere ya n'akụkụ a anyị ga-eti igba na bank road, don't worry. Ị gafe afụ contractor ebe a na oge na-etere aka. Idris Aloma Oga Boys bụ onye nke a. Drainage issue na Okukwa village na Amansi. Because that way they should go to take a look at that. Emmanuel na Onisha about uniformed Mande Agboro, distinguish if Agbora. The same thing kwaka Otunibo Aguleri. That is Afwan again Otua, the Otua Nisha there, and if I complain of Makande na main market Otu. So Agbora is an issue we're going to, like I said, it's something we're determined to get out. Because we're getting Nazo election. I'm quite impressed, actually. I must commend my security agencies for this. A lot of people being called to tell me, yes, Agboro is not completely out, but that the notice now on a change. If I did each other, before Mbata, they would stop you 5 places, 6 places, Bulumopo, Bonacho, and Menka. They were just operating with impunity. And all the time I was campaigning, I drove for number 1 need, Vaso Chopo Agboro. Drove for number 2 need, Vaso Iwepura Agboro, no one as if was Imasigo Fifi Melova. And that's where we are coming down to. But we will need the cooperation of everybody. We're going to, part of the we're coming with a comprehensive package, including the phone numbers. When you notice, leave out. Call us. You get a photo and send to us so that we can go to hound the person down. and take him out. But we're going to deal with that. The uniformed or non-uniformed, I think I have addressed that issue before. The abuses, any possible abuse by the enforcement teams. Stephen Ezra Folokwe, First Bank Ihiala Road. Because on where road, the honorable member represent Ihiala had sent to me and some Ihiala stakeholders come on that road because we are coming to Ihiala, certainly. There's no question about it. We'll be coming to Ihiala very shortly. Okpoko, I know to go that Awalit and all of that. What we need to do there, we need to get down there. The Owerri Road is dropping down. Yes, we are getting there. It's terrible. It's terrible. Obviously, see if I would have been there now. Probably, I don't know yet whether tomorrow or next week I might visit some of these places and begin to take them, because this is why we're here. And I hate to hear ebe mmiri na agbabunde mmadụ. The mmiri na-eje agbabunde nọ n'Owele aja n'Obosi. We are dealing with that now. We are dealing with that now. And I think Amanato Axis, I think there's something I posted there.
Oh, Facebook. Let's have a Facebook
Amanato Axis is a nightmare. Please do something. It's an economic road. Links the whole major markets in Onitsha. Beka Amanato Axis are there. We're going to get to it.
Greetings, Mr. Governor. Are we to accept the reality of living with Agberos stout for the rest of our lives? Thought there was a plan to root out their services. In Onitsha metropolis, the activities are up and thriving. Next. Please, our NEPA, that is our EEDC, in Ndiowu, is seriously dealing with us since your Obiano left office. That's not you, our Obiano. They bring light only 2 days in 3 to 4 months. Please, Mr. Governor, come to our rescue. Next. Tochukwu Ume is saying, good day, Mr. Governor. Some road under construction, especially Isuofia Ikenga, Ezinifite Road. After Caterpillar demolition of the road, before this rainy season, nothing is going on the road, especially that Ikenga Ezinifite Road. The road is no-go area. Please help us. God bless you on your good work in Anambra State. Next. Sunshine Raymond says, thank you, Mr. Governor. Please, one U2 skills pilot scheme have concluded their program long ago. Surprisingly, the phase 2 has kicked off, but the pilot scheme is yet to get disbursed. So help us. So help us. It's over 9 months now. Next. Chiagozie Chukwuka is saying, go into the villages and buy foodstuffs from local farmers and help them grow their businesses and reduce cost of food as well. Ebube Ekesiobi Anara, please, Mr. Governor, kindly create a new city at Omabala area that will be close to river. Will be called Anambra Island. We need something like time. We have rivers and we need to create our own island. Lagos Island was created. Create our own Anambra Island, please, Mr. Governor. Next. Are we done with this?
Okay. Let me start with Onyenka. I think Onyenka roll here. Roll from there going back.
Roll from the last one and then in reverse order.
In reverse order.
Ify.
Yes, Onyenka na-ekwu create a new city. No, big gosi na ya ebe ọ ga-abụ no. Ebe ọ ga-abụ the next Iju Gabian will not carry the new city. Along the river. Okay. River. Milizo, the next flood, I'm a Buliepo. Okay?
Okay, the other one, please, quickly.
go into villages and buy foodstuffs. Onye ya go.
Governor ka na si aje ego be nya ka ni na na lodge ka ije na villages
monwa. Hey, abolo nke monwa na ego ana me ejekwa afia na eje ego lifa.
Okay.
Mana isi na if ị ga-ekwube na Anambra go into the villages and buy foodstuff from local farmers. The local farmers and then in those villages pride themselves that they are having access to food. If we can say rural roads that we need to deal with, so that those who produce from the rural places will also have access to the markets. That's not government to go and buy food from there. Government abolo trader, oje gotie or lesionye. Back a government here go food need the whole villages everywhere. Government galo when the one that are for businesses. Government will build the infrastructure to enable these people access markets and to access the traders who trade in foodstuffs to be able to go into those interplaces and get the food out. Now, on 1U2 scales, so don't bother, we are coming to it this month. We are coming to it this month in terms of the disburse. Now, you are yet to get disburse. So, we'll come to that. We're working out the modalities. We have got the money ready to disburse to you, so don't worry. Number onye na-ekwu maka Isof Ezinifite Ikenga Road. Okay, particularly now the Ikenga Ezinifite Road is a no-go area. Onye na-note here, we're going to now better go mbamba months. We're going to hacken on those contractors, to get to work. Rainy season, and I needed to explain this. During the rainy season, a lot of the construction works stop or get halted. But now that the rains are going, this month, September, we are hoping that this month should be the last month of the rainy season. I hear about the dry season normally starts October. And as soon as we hit the dry, we expect that these contractors will ratchet up. NEPA. I bet what can they NEPA see? Okay, I can monitor EDC with NEPA. They bring light only 2 days and 3 to 4 months. Please, Mr. Governor, come to our rescue. I won't say that what you said is not true, but we're going to interrogate that, and if that is the case, we'll, urge them to do something decisively. Because I don't know any other, maybe in Diowu, either with transform on or with the line itself. Because I don't know any other place. This is some are getting 16 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours, some even 20. Parts of Anambra are getting up to 20 hours now. And you're talking about 2 days in 3 to 4 months. Then something must have gone wrong, so to speak. Then, which other one? Is Ogugo? You are not to accept living. You have not been listening to us. But a way to accept reality of living with Arboro Stouts the rest of your life. No, you are not to accept that. And you must also do something about it yourself by also getting to report and to say where they are yourself. Everybody has got something to do. The activities are there, but we're also arresting them every day and dealing with them every day. And I can tell you the important thing is that there is clear agenda, clear this thing to deal with them, and they are being dealt with every day. It's not to accept that. That's unacceptable. And but let's see. like I said at the very beginning, if you listen to us from the very beginning, you shouldn't have asked this question. Now, which other one? Owerri Road, Amanato axis is a nightmare. Please do something. Where is this Amanato axis?
MSC, call line. Send the call line. Okay, Mr. Governor, Dalurine.
Thank you.
Tony, quickly.
Just briefly. Mr. Governor, ask I can go to give always something introduced. Yeah, capture my interest. If I ever say that now one you two skills, go see the importance of skill acquisition. Then secondly, when they train go 20,000 youths in this solution innovation district. Snandi aboga fageji where batana again move to the permanent site, government house, you'll give them a job. But if I do is this, how do you come about this? Ego adiro. That's number one. And this no way where I prove will give 100 billion, you've not touched it. Maybe there's other magic you'll do together. So we are very happy about that, but we know that in the country there is no money. Then how do you come about that?
Gabo, a short question with a long answer. A short question with a long answer. And I will start with the skills thing. 20,000 have been trained now the Solution Innovation District. Our agenda is to make Anambra to become a digital tribe, make issue of the digital revolution to become a way of life in the Anambra. And for our youths and children and so on, we want to create those for whom digital skills will be natives to them. You know, to become the internet natives. As we speak, a company is completely laying about 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic ducts around the state, and this will enable us to have last mile connections to public institutions and places so people can have access to very fast and cheap internet, and that's part of our way of revolutionizing this place. But then the skills of about these 20,000 persons, the Solution Innovation District went into a partnership with the Woodlab Foundation and Microsoft, you know, to provide that training.
Okay.
And I mean, we're hoping that even to train more. As we speak, I think they have finished screening people who are going on the Code Anambra, on coding and some other skills. They have a temporary office where I think people will be, you know, getting even robotics and other skills, as it were. These are skills that they require to be employable, you know, that help them to scale up their employability.
Yep.
You get these things, then the employer naturally will get you because you have multiple skills. And it's really preparing in the Anambra for the labor market of tomorrow, so to speak. Now, the 1U2 skills one, but where we're upgrading our apprenticeship system, most somebody naturally more tailoring, and when you get second to a non-tailor.
Okay.
Or jeba more for 1 year, for example, or 9 months or 6 months. Then actually be done will enable him or her maybe acquire the basics, sewing machine, the stuff and so on. Bologna molo etwesi edozisi. Or just second to a professional name here, almost there, but I help where you got that basics. You need a dryer, need want to pass my neighbor.
Yeah. I pass my neighbor. Yeah.
Go here. Oh, well, banyoko, and then walk to get a fuel to Yenia. And then, mother, where banana, never dryer.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're on your dinner, dryers and a walk.
That's fine. You're right. You're right.
And our mothers in Boga. So, this is what we are doing with regards to that. And when they mostly all manner of skills, plumbing, this and so on. And where that's the group, Nafeku, farmers, and about 4,000, over 4,000 of them. We will be empowering them this month. We'll be empowering them this month. For them to go out to create wealth themselves. Sooner or later, they'll become employers of labor themselves, so to speak. We are trying to be sure that no sector of the society is left behind. The youths, the children, Ainabia, as part of our agenda, which we're also going to make an announcement this month about these schools. You know, the charges are not charged Omaka. What PTA Kwonka. By the time you know it, aggregate, if you never know, are they totally off what anybody can take. And so the children of the poor might have difficulty having access to quality education. We want to be able to raise the quality and ensure that it's accessible, especially to the poor. This thing, so the children are not left out, the students are not left out, the youths are not left out, and of course, the elderly, the vulnerable groups, as it were. And by the way, when I mention the word vulnerable, there are people who talked about persons living with disability. We treat this group, and that's part of one of the callers who said he went blind. Yeah, you will need assistance, special assistance, as it were, whatever the state can do within the framework of assisting persons with disability or persons who are vulnerable. Because not all persons with disability are vulnerable. So we need to make this distinction. Our emphasis is vulnerability. Vulnerability. And we're not going to get a society all organized, all under. We have, for example, Disabilities Commission, for example. We have a commission for that, looking after them. But we have also numerous other persons that are vulnerable. There are very poor, helpless widows all over the place. I will also even poor, helpless widowers.
Yes.
Makana when the munye fa rapolo va na ụmụaka. Nwoke nwere ọcha, enwekwugo households where the woman are the breadwinner. Achọ ya afụrọ. Nwoke na onwe ya na-ajụ agesi agha wee mee. So all those people need support. And we're trying to encourage the bigger society to rally together. Government controls barely 2% of the resources in the Anambra. The other 98% not in private hands. So, if the communities will rise up, let's bond together, stick for each other. We should be able to lift each other up. Doesn't have to be in Kameno, Baba Toka, Governor Bia. Government cannot possibly deal with each individual needs. Government will provide the environment and help those who it can lift. For example, if I go for pregnant women, giving them free antenatal and delivery service, that's all part of it. You know, trying to care for special needs of some of these people. And for those who are teaching, for our teachers, we must agree as a society that that particular class of workers needs special attention. That class of workers needs special attention because we are all, everybody is a product of teachers. And the way you assess a society that will move forward, you look at the quality of teachers and the quality of teaching. And we must be able to motivate that class to come to the level where teaching will be the first choice job. Oga abụzi ndị ewero na teaching for eje chọba ọrụ ndị ọzọ, rather than the reverse. Teaching bụ ebe achọkata ebe a ga-ebido aka afọrọ eje bido n'ikpere. Onye na-akụzi jụọ ya ọsị gị nọ ka ewelugodo nke anọdụzi ebe a wee na-achọzi. It cannot be. Then that society will never move forward. Kwado wee na-si agbapụ agbapụ. Ọ bụla ya departure lounge, mala ebe onye kwakọ na si Anambra na-agbapụ agbapụ. Mana ọ ga-awe destination, ebe ya na-agbapụ ya na-agbaga ebe. So ya na-agbaga Abuja, ọ na-agbaga Lagos, ọ na-agbaga nka, ọ na-agbaga nka, ọ na-agbaga Mozambique, ọ na-agbaga Angola. Anyị nwa bụ ndị a na-ekili ekili, anyị ebe na-ekili mmadụ. Ọ bụ anyị ka anyị ga na-abịa abịa. Kama na anyị chọrọ ndị nwere ifefa ga-contribute, ọ bụrụ ndị na-abịa eje alụ ọrụ agboro. Maka na kịta ọ dị ka onye ọbụla na-agbata Anambra, ife ụdị ndị na-agbata bụ ndị na-abịa chọọ onye fa ya asụ mma. Okay? Anyị achọrọ ndị a. Anyị chọrọ ime Anambra ka ọ bụla ebe somebody nwere ike isi obodo ọbụla nọ na Nigeria ma outside of Nigeria, ịjụọ ebe ka ọ na-ejosi ya na-eje Anambra. And anyị ga-eme ya. Ọka by etu mgbe next year. So once if I alone at the fun city, the water park, the amusement park, the country clubhouse, and the entertainment leisure. And we're going to cascade this at Gulu Lake area. And of course, we're working out there with 200 hectares of land gathering entertainment leisure city. When I map out an Ebogade. Anambra ga a destination. Manoga de livable, de peaceful, de secured. So now, for it to be a destination point and not a departure lounge, manoga de livable. Part of that livability, manoga de planned, clean, green. Now, and that brings us to illegal structures. Illegal structures, when I map out in a bag, Mado, oje walo if no approval. What on your design? It's illegal now. Money designated in an industrial area. Onye eje bulu no, or never residential area. For you knock at a bulu factory, lunyeba. Well, lose a pipe, the generator. We put here in on us wudu. We now pump this dark smoke. Ndi mada nekulu. Mbano. Ode the way to do it. I manifest like. But only allow that illegal structure. Okay? On maybe ndo ototon de madu. Yes, all the convenient for him. Mana now causes a massive health, environmental, and other havoc to the rest of the society. I give you examples. Nonisha. I jaleba, I could to go a lot of them. On Wendy J. Well, Plaza. Luchie Ozo Millis wela aba to River Niger. Milizo miliana babunde mado arobuna. We brought them down. Mandioka. Luchisilu nuka. Ozo Millis aga. Even God am happy. You well eba wele luchie eva milizo miliande mada now. No, now. You know, so that's what we mean. For the well bacha, eba, alo bacha here, alo bacha eba, aluchi eba, amechi mbano. Yet oje eba say, hey, ije Abuja, ije ba, benina omacha ma, ije ba ina pa. No, inwe ebe ndi madu ndi jiopa, inwe ebe fanaga. Bye. Elusia ya dobe ebe ji ọkpa wele aga. Fe wele shop luchie ya. Okporo afia kpọchie ebe ndị ji ọkpa na-aga. Onye lụsị ụnọ. Elusi ụnọ enwe ife with the building line. The building line ebe the building kwesịrị ịga. Ndị be anyị, ndị ọzọ a na-akpọ ya setback. Mana ndị be anyị na-emezi set forward. Ọ bịa na that building line, nke a bụ building line. O jezie ebe a sị, hey, kedu ife a na-ewe esili iru shop a? Ọkụrụ bacha kụba ya n'ime ya, kpọta ofu onye shop ma ọ kpọọ ebe afịa pụta n'ebe a. Ebe a bụ iru shop a bụ ebe ndị ji ọkpa kwesịrị ị na-aga. These are all illegal. Ị na-anya anya ọ na-asọ oyi nụ. Ọ na-asọ oyi. So for us to build this place ka ọ dị ka obodo ebe ndị anyị na-atụ anya ị na-anya na-asụ wow, ị na-ene anya na foto ọ na-ama ọkwa na enforcement. Agwabụ m ụnụ na obodo oyibo ị ma eje igbutu osisi dị na ya compound. Ị ma ekpa ya aka without council ime approve. Ma onye nọkata ije na-akụchi isi ife ọsọ ọghị lụkasị ebe a. No. Uno nke be gị uno kwa gị nwee ị ma anọgide gị nọkata ka m mee extend ka m tinyekwuo one room n'akụkụ. Ị ga-ejekwa na tapa, ị ga-ejekwa ma approve abịa nene ma ụdị ife ọ ga-aba ebe dị etu ọ dịkwa consistent with the general master plan. Even ipenti uno, onwe some areas they will tell you the paint you get paint once in on that particular area. Obro colors are if you are green, or you yellow, or you brown, or you blue. It be about the Kebendialano. You know, so and I get me. I got fair with you in Anambra. First I passed the environmental law. We're going to mandate landlords and so on and so forth. Every 3 years you get paint. And we will also have the power to dictate the color code for particular streets, for particular areas. Or then, where merely implement. You faithful. Or then no cano. Eh?
Anyị aligo kwano enu ọjị na-achọ ka anyị kpakọrọ nkụzi n'edị mana ọma ekweme biko chịkọtazi okwu nwere for ndị Anambra. No, please wait. Chịkọta okwu ife nwere for ndị Anambra, chịkọta ya.
If when the Anambra, I think all I know when near and make your governor and I say Alomianya. Onye asị na ya nechala fụ ọkụ aja welu akpa ya tinye na ya. Yes. Chineke nọ n'eluigwe emero mistake ime anyị ndị Anambra. And for me, ebele kwete m that n'ụbọchị ikpeazụ na ọtụtụ ajụjụ Chineke ga-ajụ each of us bụ kedu ife anyị melụ ime ka Anambra dị better than ọ dị mgbe anyị bịara ebe a. Ọkwanye ya ife anyị na-agbalụ mbọ niile. Onye ọbụla lụọ nke ya, Anambra will be the very, very best place. Ịmalụ nke ị ga-alụ, lụọ. Onye ọbụla nwere ife. Like flooding na Fabia. Iju. A na-fa ama ọkwa. Na-agwa ụmụnne anyị ndị bi na riverine areas. Fa pụtaba na this flood na Fabia. Mana ndị be anyị ada agba ọsọ mmiri ma o zuru ọfarụ until iju a bịa kpọba ife a ma ọsọ mba na ọma abịa ma elu akụkụ bịa until olube akụkụ a. We have made preparations, edobesigo holding centers, those of them know if they can now come and we'll take care. And we call on the Anambra onyaha na nwanne ya. This is not their own making. Ndị Cameroon na agbape ebe dam fa. Mana Nigeria alụbara dam nke anyị. So every year fa gbanye mmiri fa na-agbadata na-erudata. Ọ pụta ọ chụpụ ụmụnne anyị ndị a nọ along the riverine areas. It's a terrible thing. Like onye na-asịsị je lụọ island na Ọmambala area. Ọ maka. Ọ ife mụnwa chelo. In fact, around that Omambala River, I was thinking about, hey, you know, then where if I got overlooking the river. Until this flood last year. Where Gafeta Kokwa, where for Benina and one of the Mama, even story buildings were all submerged under the river. So in that Joseph Islander, Lucia Gana bought some million every year. That kind of thing. So we need to bond together. Together we can make this thing happen. And that concept of togetherness, we lead the line. If we not onye ọbụla anyị ga-anọkọ n'ọtọ ọnụ. Ịnanya ife dị ka izu ụka abụọ gara aga, ndị House of Assembly na ndị Executive nwere retreat. I think not the first time on in Nigeria. It's the first time it's happening in Nigeria. Ọtụtụ ife ndị anyị na-eme na-agwa anyị not the first time on them. So no. First time. The important thing is that we need everybody to understand na anyị nwere one ball to score a goal. Whether I'm in a legislature, whether I'm in the executive, whether I'm in a judiciary, we are there to serve the people, to make the society work. But there is no civilization that has ever been built without the citizen. Or the citizen, the ordinary person, God, they conscious of the fact now you need to build a society. Onya bụ na info ife pure water ka ọtọgbọ ebe na eje pick clear. Onya bụ na ifo onye na atọgbọ ai bịa, don't do that. We don't do this in Anambra. And my message to ndị Anambra bụ na ebe anyị na-eje tele aka, ebe anyị sikwu abịa tele aka, mana anyị ama elu ebe anyị na-eje ma onye ọbụla apụtara na-ajụ onwe ya kedu ife m ga-eme tata ka Anambra bụrụ obodo eji ama atụ. Anyị nchapụta na-emie na-aga ịmalụ nke onwere onye nwere ife ọ ga-etinye. Ọ bụrụgodu iso dozi ife a ife onye ori na onye a bụ onye ori, the so-called unknown government, fa bụrụ unknown government, ama alụfa fa nwere nne, fa nwere nna, fa nwere ụmụnne, fa nwere ụmụnna. Ịmafa, give us their name, we come and take them out. Na onye a bụ kidnapper, ndị communities, ụnụmasị, ndị landlords, ejugo onye a bi na be ke ife ọ na-alụ. The landlords. Maka onwere how many of them na-alarụ n'ilo? Ọ bụ mmadụ ka fabi. Anyị be fabi, fa nwere nne na nna, fa nwere ụmụnne, fa nwere nwunye. Ụmụ onye nke ejidelu, asị na fa jidelu. Deputy Governor was telling me, family arrest, I think 2 days ago or so. And I don't want kedu ife diga na-alụ, ọ sị ya nwere idea. Ị mara ife digi na-alụ, mana ọ na-abata na-eweta ego, na-amụ ụmụ. Chi abalị, ụfọdụ abalị ọ pụọ, bata echi ya, ị mara ife ọ na-alụ. Ọ nwekwa ka ọ dị. So, aka onye ọbụla ga-adị ya ka anyị wee dozie Anambra. As for Anambra ọ ga-adị mma, anyị nwere choice. Thursday at the investment summit, we ga-afụ ụdị nkata anyị ga-akpaba, and after that, we keep on pressing the accelerator pedal.
Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyị na-ekene Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR, Governor, Mr. Governor, Anambra State. Na Anambra, anyị na-ekene unu rinne na-ayọkwa unu mgbaala. Anyị fụrụ na otu n'ime unu na-akpọ mana oge adịrọ ofu 3 hours adịrị enough ịkọ maka ife gọvanọ mego in the last 16 months. Nkwa anyị ga-ekwu unu na ọ ma-etekwa aka. Anyị asị unu bịa ọzọ maka na onye sibelu nri na-abụ ọnọkata onene nnu. Anọkata enene nnu. So anyị na-aga n'iru oge emetekwa ka gọvanọ abịakwa anyị na ya kparịta ụka. Ka ndị mụ na fanozi na Monique kene ndị Anambra.
Ndị be anyị ekelekwa ma ama m na ife gọvanọ kwubara onye ọbụla ntị. Daalụnụ.
Tony.
Ndị Anambra anyị etetego n'ụla. Good morning.
Joy.
Ndị Anambra daalụnụ. Anambra ga-adị ma Anambra adị.
Gọvanọ si Think of what you can do for Anambra State and not what Anambra State can do for you. On that note, send the questions. Send them the question through Facebook and even Governor Zakwanya and Yazaun. And I'm making unu si oga lu na mande Anambra. Dalunu rinne.
No more sit at home.
I see no pussy at home.